All right, a program that brings artists to the Quad City schools could be in trouble because of a proposed federal budget cut. Maddie shows us the impact, Maddie Franz rather, shows us the impact of the National Endowment of the Arts and why those school visits are valuable.
It was really cool to just see how different people can play different music and how they can just say those words because it's normal to them.
Last week, these fifth graders saw the band Jarabe Mexicano come right to their school.
Every day you just go to your classes and then you go home, and sometimes you really do nothing special, but that was really special.
Over a week, they visited 14 schools in our area.
It's a great way to expose students to other types of music that they won't hear flipping through the radio stations or scrolling through Spotify or however they find their music today.
Quad City Arts brings visiting musicians from around the world to schools like Riverdale Elementary here in Port Byron. But without funding from the National Endowment for the Arts, that program would have to shrink its outreach.
But if we didn't raise any money and they didn't come, then it would have been a bit boring here.
The value to bringing musical enrichment to our schools is immense.
Brian Allen is executive director at Quad City Arts. His organization received $50,000 from the NEA last year, but next year's funding isn't so certain.
Yeah, I mean, it's very frustrating.
About 500 organizations across the country report terminated or withdrawn NEA grants, totaling more than $25 million. That's while President Donald Trump's budget proposed earlier this month would eliminate the NEA altogether. Allen says he wants to be prepared.
So we're already having to look at and plan to reduce the amount of visits that our visiting artists are able to bring to our community.
A lot of these kids won't ever get to see something like that again.
In 2022, the nonprofit arts and culture sector generated more than $29 million in the Quad Cities.
Arts help make everything else run and help boost the local economies. So don't forget about the arts.
He asks people to contact their representatives to keep the NEA going and keep bringing the arts to kids like these.
I like that they like to do that, and they go to a bunch of shows and they just let us all experience it.
In Port Byron, Maddie Franz, WQAD News 8.
And the Visiting Artists Series has run since 1974. It's held more than 10,000 school visits in the Quad Cities area.